Hi everyone, welcome to thunderbaytrees.ca, and today I'm joined with Shelley Vescio, and today we're going to talk a little bit about what the city does to protect its trees when they enter into a road construction rebuilding project within the city. Hi Shelley. So tell me a little bit about what the city does to protect the trees when they start ripping up roads and ripping out curbs and putting new curbs in.
Well, the Parks Division is involved heavily in the planning of road construction where trees are involved. So when we become aware of the next year's capital projects or even following year's projects, I'm asked to go look at the streets, comment on the type of impacts, where perhaps they could minimize damage. For example, with sidewalks, we don't have to dig down the 2 feet general excavation. There are times where we can come up over the roots and then dig down between the drip lines and then come up again over the roots and then go down. So there are new options that we've started trying in the city of Thunder Bay. And we have tree protection standards, so when the road is under construction, the trees have to be protected. They're pruned in advance, lifted. The crown has to be lifted because you have some pretty big machinery coming through. Plus, I sit in the pre-construction meetings, so where all the contractors are there, everyone involved in the road construction project. We all sit down and we all talk about the situations they have to be concerned with, and trees are part of the agenda, and I talk about tree protection. So prior to any kind of road reconstruction is if we have to take the curbs out, we root prune ahead of time. So because when you take out the curbs, then you have to put it back, and you have to have at least a foot back of curb to form that curb. So we have a root pruner, a Vermeer root pruner, and we come in and we cut the roots where we can. Not all trees can withstand that, but where we can, we cut the roots with this root pruner. And what that does is they would be cutting the roots anyway with a backhoe. So we've cut them clean, and we're not pulling them out from the tree. The root pruner cuts them where they are, whereas a backhoe could easily pull them right out from the tree, and I've seen that happen too. And then when they're doing their work, they're able to put that back without any root obstruction. Now, it is still, a certain amount of, it minimizes the damage that the tree will sustain.
So now about as a percentage, about how much of the roots would be removed? Like, is there a sort of a number as far as if you didn't do the root pruning in advance versus backhoe? Like, I imagine you save quite a bit of the root mass.
I don't think we're touching more than 15% of the root mass at that point.
Yeah. So now do you notice that the trees, like a couple years after, do you notice that they're lost vigor, or are they still in pretty good shape? Or
I've been pretty surprised at the resilience of our boulevard trees. In fact, they're still in pretty good shape after that, so I'm pretty thankful for that.
So what are the biggest issues during road construction? Certainly, I guess, would it be machines hitting the trees, or would it be more the soil and compaction, or like what are the main issues? Well,
we minimize all of that. There won't be soil compaction around the drip line of the tree because that area is protected. It does happen, and then I go after them for that.
So is the drip line sort of marked off with fencing or with tape or paint? Or
no, on a boulevard, such as the one we're on, where there's a tree in front of every house, we don't identify that physically, but the contractor is aware of it. They know the drip line of the tree is protected, but the trunk of the tree is protected physically with either strapping, or we use a plastic barrel system too. And I've really only had a couple instances where a backhoe has ever hit the trunk of the tree.
That's good. Sounds like you guys are doing your job.
Well, actually, I find that the majority of the contractors are very, they're conscientious. They want to not hit the trees. In fact, over time, I've found more and more people in the contracting field are very interested in maintaining the trees on our streets, because they take real pride in the work they do on the streets so that they have a nice street, nice sidewalks, and the trees complement it. They do way more than just beautifying. As we know, there's many benefits to trees, but the contractors want to see them look good too and be healthy.
Well, that's great, Shelley. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, Jason.